Alright, so we have a high plat looking to take their main tank to the next level in a 6 stack, so I'm going to expect, more from your communication and stuff. And also, I'm curious how you're currently hard stuck because you're a very low level. I don't know if you have a separate account, but if you don't have a separate account, this is your only account, you're not hard stuck because you haven't even played enough time.
Oh yes, you wouldn't really be getting jumped at all.
That's it. I'm assuming that you have another account or a higher account, so I might be a little bit hard on you here. First off, I was kind of talking, so I wasn't watching, so that's the first off.
Oh yes, you wouldn't really be getting jumped.
Yeah, I was right though. It took you way too long to throw your first fire strike. You should have already thrown one. Value your alt is Reinhardt because it's very easy to charge. 14%, you could be a double that if you would have just thrown 2 fire strikes in that time. You have your fire strike back up, which does more damage than your hammer, so you might as well throw it if you can. Especially when you animation cancel it, then you didn't waste any time and you actually made uptime. And you got screwed because you were getting absolutely farmed. And this is part of that communication I expect from a 6 stack. You know your Moira has died. That's not a secret. And so what are you going to do here? Why are we still pushing up?
Hey Diva, can you? Oh, never
We
mind.
100% should have seen that coming as soon as we noticed that our Moira died, and called for our team to kind of group up. Or if we knew that we were going to drop our shield like that, maybe call for our Diva to defense matrix us. This isn't something that I would expect out of most plat players, but if you're going to 6 stack, this has to happen because other 6 stacks are going to be doing this. I like that. Throw your fire strike off cooldown here. 1 second. Go, go, go. Throw it, 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 throw it. Nope. We're never going to throw it. You would have had Shatter right here, which would have been great when their Ryan charged you. That would have been a top tier Shatter. You would have gotten the Bob too. Everyone in there would have lived, but we took too long to throw our fire strike.
Oh, I almost killed their Ryan.
We have Shadow, we have Stone Barrier, and we have Bradley. Let's go top left. Top left, top left.
Yeah, let's go top left and just speed this onto the payload. Hey, wait for us, Lucia.
If you guys drop down, I'm gonna go behind you.
Okay, so we're trying to do a flanking. We're trying to do a flanking Shatter, but we saw the McCree there, and we still pushed up. And so just not the best choice overall. And once you got flashbanged, you should have called for an armor pack or something.
You need to get this overextended Zarya.
So you know you don't have a Diva mech right now, which means you're probably going to get farmed. And even though you got bubbled there, it's risky to drop your shield right there because your entire team was still in danger from the high noon. Ended up being a very nice Shatter though, so let's go back to this. Nice. Risky, you were low, you definitely could have wasted it, but can't be mad that it worked out. Can maybe be mad that you forgot that the Ryan never died though.
Just get on point, get on point, get on point. Keep this Ryan behind us. There we go.
Make no mistake, you lost your team this first fight by overextending when your Moira was dead. But also, credit the good, you won your team this fight with a nice Shatter.
Oh, they're coming.
Oh, they have a fucking May. God, I hate Mays against goats.
Just stay together. Stay
Oh yeah,
together.
be careful. She's gonna wall some of us off. So we gotta stay grouped up so none of us get walled
I
off.
almost demolished. I don't know about their Ryan. Actually, the Ryan.
So you know they have a May, your team has called it, so make sure that if you're going to be in this choke right here, you're very close to the payload, so that the payload pretty much instantly breaks the May wall then. It's a very clean way to do it.
You get out. Pull back, Diva. Get out.
Definitely not a fan of the fact that your Diva ulted there when you guys were down.
Diva, pull back. Pull back.
But hey, this might be your chance now. You know that they used Res, a very powerful ability. All of you are respawned, so maybe you go on speed and you push in now. I still don't know why we haven't fire striked again. It's a very important part of min-maxing on Reinhardt, making sure that you're getting your ults from your fire strike.
I waited too long, my bad.
We had to know that we were going to get shattered there too. We just got grabbed, and shatter charge is much, generally, faster than grab.
go get that Mercy over. She's going for the reds. She just res.
Pretty top tier advice for a lot of Reinhardts, in my opinion, is to, somewhat jokingly, unbind your charge, because you've had 2 charges now that killed you. Just run away, group up. You're in a 6 stack. Tell them that we need to group up and fall back. It's crazy that you guys would be staggering in front of your spawn in a 6 stack. It's crazy that you'd be staggering in front of your spawn in a 3 stack. And you're going for like a flank shatter again. You had a Discord on you till 2 seconds ago, so they know where you are. And now they just hammered down your entire team because you weren't there.
No, don't use it.
Why do we have a May now?
Because I'm trying to counter their May. Alright, Reinhardt, come shatter, hurry up.
Sorry,
I got their Zarya trapped. Come on.
Go Mercy. Ryan, full strength.
Yo, that's a big thing. How did she get another? You guys are gonna have to focus up.
She got another grab and another bob because you guys staggered that entire time. You gotta talk to your team here. This is part of taking it to the next level, especially on a main tank. Tell your team to calm down, get together, and get out there together. Don't go without your Lucio.
Keep it left side, do it.
and that Zarya is very charged.
You know what else keeps Zarya not charged? If you just sit and spawn and chill for a second. Which you guys need to do to regroup anyway. So you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Go main right now. Treat this like a fight as if you hadn't capped this point. All of you guys get together and keep pushing forward.
Nothing's dying, man.
So do we know what they have here? They probably have a Valkyrie. And they probably have another Transcendence. They're probably getting very close to another graph.
We can touch.
You know why they're winning right now? Because you have a 6 stack playing like a solo queue. You guys are staggering insanely. You guys are feeding from your staggers.
Oh my god, the wall.
And you guys never even talked about any sort of win condition. So you didn't say like, oh, we're gonna save our grab and then use our grab to force out the Transcendence and then follow up with our shatter or something like that. There's 1,000 different plans it could be, but you guys never came up with any sort of plan. And instead, you guys just kept walking out there and then complaining that they knew your every move. They're gonna know your every move when you do the same move every time.
Look at the rank from the diamond player. I mean diamond, the Reinhardt level.
Their Ashe and their Zen was not missing. Every time they shot at me, they were getting nothing but headshots. That was fucking ridiculous.
He was a Masters playing like 6.
They spawn campus.
I don't even really want to say they spawn camped you guys because you guys actually walked out one by one. And as your team's main tank, you needed to tell them to stop, to get behind you and play together. Even the one time you guys managed to go out and exit together, you didn't manage to push the same direction together, which is why you lost. At this point now, you don't need to hold this corner anymore. They're already pushing the payload past it, so it's time for you to start rotating. You can stay up top, but this isn't exactly the best. You guys are actually winning this fight, though.
We weren't getting that Ashe, we was just standing on the point.
Get back up.
I don't understand why your Bastion fed, and I don't understand why we couldn't res the Bastion. Maybe you used res, I wasn't paying close enough attention, I guess.
Almost got out.
But like, okay, now that you don't have a Bastion, what's the point of where you're standing? You're the only one who's going to be shooting up here. So start rotating back so you can shield your team down below. You can block the Ashe shots, the Widow shots from them. You can block the incoming Shatter. Instead, you're staying on this high ground, which doesn't even do you much good anymore.
Easy pick. Zarya on point. Zarya. There we go. Stay grouped up. Stay
Ash
grouped
over
up.
there,
Stay
Ash
grouped
left
up.
side, Ash
Stay
left
grouped
side.
up. Stay grouped up. Stay grouped up. Stay grouped up.
Can we talk about the Ash behind? Yep, so that she's not farming us. Get more people to turn around and deal with her real quick, because almost everyone was dead.
Need heals if I'm rotated.
I'll make it back in time.
That D was actually pretty good. There's a widow.
Marissa, stop moving.
Sorry.
You guys might.
You know they're
die.
pushing the payload, right?
Guys, people on the point.
Reinhardt's frozen.
It's just Ryan though. It's just Ryan. No one else is close.
You are so lucky he didn't hammer your whole team. At this point, you know that they have ults, so you need to be either be with your team or have rotated to your team.
Reinhardt's frozen.
Also, on another side note, I hate where you put your supercharger. There's so many good spots to place it here, where you can drop down and put it on the stairs. You can go down here and put it behind that wall. You can even put it behind this sign. But putting it right here is asking for it to be destroyed. Especially when you're solo holding up here, there's almost no point of putting it there. Now, I mention that not because people are going to like hard target your supercharger in your current elo, but a supercharger is a team winning fight that will be hard targeted the more you climb. And, like, look how open it
Reinhardt's
is.
frozen. Reinhardt's dead.
Steve.
They still managed to destroy it, even with your team like mad winning this fight.
Thank you, Missy.
There's a widow on me.
I'm at 60 for ult.
Alright, hey, Diva, be careful with your pushing now. They have Hanzo. That Hanzo will tear you apart quick.
They're
Oh,
gonna
the widow's
grab in Hanzo. They're gonna grab in Hanzo. We gotta be careful.
Do they have that? Do they have that on widow?
His shield, right shield down for the Hanzo.
Nice, guys.
Your shield's off cooldown. Shouldn't even have let it break there.
That Mercy
Nice,
dead
Diva.
just
Don't die up there. Don't die up there. Diva, go help her. Go help her. Nice.
Diva, fall back. Diva, you're good.
Yeah, what's the up to?
Zarya's low in the back.
You know there's a Ryan
Careful,
right
just
there,
stay
like you could be
together.
shooting.
No, we should have used that.
Not good.
So maybe some general awareness stuff that we need to work on a little bit, because that can always help us.
We got our mercy. No, they didn't. Nice. Good pick. Good pick.
Your Orisa has definitely been stronger than your Ryan. Even your Ryan before you guys were getting steamrolled. Your Ryan was just very aggressive, and it didn't feel like your healers were ready to play that aggressive. You can play an aggressive Ryan, like that's just fine. Ryan is one of the few heroes that I play extremely aggressive, but it doesn't help you to play an aggressive Ryan if your healers and the rest of your team isn't ready to back you up, because you're just feeding them.
Junk's dead.
I don't almost ever check out 2 videos, but
What was Silver
I
even?
want to probably not see the entire
Silver
thing,
Elims was 19.
but see a tiny bit.
Everybody was yelling, I need to
Of-
I can do everybody at the same time.
Silver
Oh,
Elims.
don't worry about it. Lucio got the deals.
Silver Elims was 19, but I've got 18 eliminations with no medal.
I have 21.
Because that was such a strange game for part of it. I'm curious if you play Ryan here again and if you have the same problems. If I was giving you so far what to improve on, your Ryan, you played mad aggressive when your team wasn't ready to play mad aggressive. And then your Orisa, you really needed to rotate eventually. You should have lost it for your team. Like they should have gotten shattered and stuff.
Group City.
Yeah, but
What are the odds?
Yeah, I'm gonna
They're gonna have a far.
Love it. Exactly what I was asking for your Ryan right away.
I have a widow. Watch out. Ash might be a widow.
Oh yeah, that definitely has that.
And you need to keep in mind, you're playing Ryan without a Zarya, and if it's the same as last game, it is. They're playing the Ryan with a Zarya, so that changes how you can play. Because when you walk up to him, he's probably going to get bubbled. And like there, the Zarya's frontlining, but your Diva's not there to frontline with you. So look how low your health is, and look at the fact that you're still holding W.
They have a widow. They have a widow. They have a widow. On top of the balcony. They have a widow. They have a widow. Watch out.
Very unfortunate, but very expected.
These are just-
This should have been the end of your fighting right there. Ryan died. You're not going to get another kill. So why are we going in? You went from 200 so low when you could have been shielding that and dead.
They have a widow on top of the balcony.
And then they res their Ryan, so now they're at a huge advantage.
Fail point, fail. Died.
Damn, that widow's
You didn't even play very aggressive there. You didn't play very defensive, but your team is not ready for you to play like this. And so there's a couple choices. You can either try and get them ready and try and communicate with them more and stuff, or you can stop playing like that.
Widow can see us. Right room. Widow can't see us.
See where Widow's.
Got their Zen.
You lost your main healer.
Let me see.
Wait,
Nice, good pick.
Oh
Scoop
my
up, scoop
God,
up,
this
guys, scoop
widow's
up.
just
Ryan's
gonna-
on point by himself. Scoop up.
just watch the widow in the back.
Tell your soldier to drop his E even right here so you can get heals.
Dive that widow. Gotta dive that widow.
No, hey, just stay to the left of the point where she can't see you. And I'll
Ryan's
snipe
going right side. Yeah, Ryan's going right side. Just stay to left of the point. Ryan's going right side though. Ryan right side. In before we shatter.
Oh, yeah,
Hit shatter.
Close.
Yeah, shatter. Stay behind me.
Stay together, stay together, stay together.
No, why me?
Second earlier.
Why me? How do you get me? When the fight was.
Punish their Zarya. She's dead.
Nice.
Oh, there's no Earth Shatter Ryan. Alright. Ryan has Earth Shatter though still.
Oh my god, yes.
They also have their support ults here.
A Reaper, yeah. I'll just use ult first. There's a hog.
Your health has not gone up this entire fight, and yet you charged in. And you knew he had shatter. You guys just talked about it. So that's a clear example of where, to me, it feels like you had tunnel vision. You saw a possible charge you could get, but you didn't even think about the fact that your health was low that entire time, or mid that entire time, and they have shatter.
I'm not gonna touch. Not be able to touch. No.
So they're trying to walk up to you here. So your guys' goal, you need space generally to win the Ryan Orisa fight if you're Orisa. And so it's kind of weird to me that you're throwing your shield right here and not backing up when you see that they're already here. Like by the time your shield hits the ground, they're right in front of you, which means that Ryan is about to start swinging on you. And you know from your previous games that your heals are not the most sustaining. And so you're not going to probably win this.
I'm in the well.
They're not even on point.
They're just looking for boops.
It worked out well for you guys, and I'm happy that it worked out well.
Good picks.
It was scary, definitely, and I'm happy that it worked out well, though.
We'll need a hit scan though. So what can we do?
Yeah, I'll swap if it becomes an issue.
Okay.
I know you're on a phone call, but you're not shielding your team up there. If you're not on a phone call, then you got to be shielding your team up there, man. You don't need to just hold this back corner. And so you're having, funny enough, the exact same issues as last game on your Ryan and Orisa. Orisa, it feels like you just don't know your positioning and don't know what to do when there's no enemies right in front of you. And then on your Ryan, you're just playing crazy aggressive
Watch out for that.
when your team isn't ready for it.
Bear's got all- she's looking
I'm
for
even
it.
talking stuff like when your team is staggered and you're pushing and stuff.
This your down. This your down. Nice shot.
You gotta be kidding me.
Good choice, good choice.
Oh my god.
I didn't even watch that whole thing because I skipped to it, but you guys lost this, so you don't need to go up there. You have a Lucio on point, that can be the stagger if you guys are trying to die on point.
No.
Yeah, Moira, just try. Okay, wait. Let's wait for our Moira.
So tell your Lucio to go get your Moira. Speed this process up.
Yeah, bitch, you better drop.
I've got beat.
Let's move together, move together.
Fucking kidding me?
The Ryan's one, Ryan.
There we go. Push up, push up,
In
push
the
up.
air somehow.
should have positioned yourself right in front of that Ryan if you believed he was going to shatter, because you could have blocked even more of his shatter. But that said, your team has lost this fight, so you should be running away.
Somebody. Elsie's dead. Push up with me.
No, you guys should be running, not pushing up. And you got to tell that to your team too. It looks like maybe you realized it, but you guys 100% lost this fight.
Their hog just took me out of the air.
So bad at times.
Also, team comp wise, I don't know if you play with the 6-stack a lot. Like, I don't know what kind of pull you have and stuff. Feels like you need a McCree. That Farah is doing a lot of work, and so is the hog, and Farah can help with both quite a bit.
Oh, I had him lit.
Throw your shield up there. Throw it up there. It'll be off cooldown by the time you get there, and you can throw your shield really far. Even if you just block random spam, it's better than not having a shield.
Speed boost it.
This fucking hog, he keeps hooking me out of the air. I can't believe this.
Definitely need a hit scan.
Like, slow down.
We gotta push up together.
This is happening again to you guys. You guys are staggering, not pushing in a coherent way, and getting just destroyed by them. And then here you go on some flank thing again. Which, like, what are you gonna do flanking on Arisa? Like, what are you really hoping to accomplish here? And then again, we dropped our supercharger in the middle of a fight. Yeah, you have like the exact same problem, so I'm at least glad to see that. On your Ryan, play less aggressive, play with your team more. On your Orisa, and stop flanking, realistically. On your Orisa, kind of try and figure out what to do when there's less to do, which is, you know, throw your shield up, get random shots out, put your supercharger in a better place, and in general, work with your team more. You guys are playing in a 6-stack with almost no shot calling, with almost no switches to counter the enemy team, and I guarantee you guys will do so much better if you start doing that.